These 7 things may make you not want to move to Birmingham, Alabama. Hey, I'm Adam Snow, a real estate agent here in Birmingham, Alabama. In today's video, we're talking about 7 things that might make you not want to move to Birmingham. If you're considering moving here, it's important to know these factors because they could be deal breakers. As always, if you haven't already, go and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss another channel. All right, let's do it. Number 1, we can't talk about living in the South without talking about the heat. And let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Birmingham has some seriously hot, humid summers. If you're not a fan of the heat, this could be a deal breaker for you. Temperatures during the summer regularly soar over 90 degrees, and with the humidity, it could feel even hotter, sometimes pushing into triple digits. This thick, sticky air can make being outside during the middle of the day almost unbearable, especially if you're not accustomed to this kind of climate. Even a simple walk to the car or a quick trip to the grocery store can start to make you sweat and make it challenging. The humidity in Birmingham doesn't just make you sweat, it clings to everything, making you feel like breathing through a wet towel. While it's true Birmingham has 4 distinct seasons, the summer heat can last for extended periods, sometimes stretching from late April or May all the way into September or even October. If you're someone who loves the mild or cooler temperatures, if you're used to more temperate climates, you might find the sweltering heat of Birmingham to be a bit much. However, for those who enjoy long, hot summers and don't mind the humidity, this could be the perfect fit. Many people love the summer vibe and outdoor barbecuing, swimming pools, and laid-back lifestyle. But if you're sensitive to the heat, it's important to be prepared, making sure your home has great air conditioning and staying hydrated, especially during those hot and summer months. Number 2, Birmingham's lush greenery makes it one of the most scenic places in the South, but the natural beauty comes along with the downside, seasonal allergies. If you suffer from pollen allergies, you'll need to be prepared because the city's high pollen levels can make living here a bit challenging at times. In the spring, when trees and grasses and flowers start to bloom, Birmingham becomes a haven for allergy sufferers. Pollen from oak, birch, pine, and cedar trees along with the various grasses and flowers fill the area in abundance. For many people living here, you get a slew of allergy symptoms: sneezing, itching, watery eyes, stuffy nose, all the things. Me included is something that I suffer with, but you get used to it after a while, I think. The air does seem to be a little thicker with yellowish green pollen that coats everything. It's very common to wash your car and then within a couple hours it's yellow again. It's just part of it living here. For some, it's a minor inconvenience. Again, yellow car, but for others, it really can be a challenge. Again, it's something that I deal with, it's something my wife deals with, but we've both seemed to cope with it and kind of get used to it. After a while, your body kind of adjusts to it. So I wouldn't let that be a deal breaker. It's just something to know about as well. Number 3, going along with 1 and 2, reason number 3 is the tornadoes and severe weather in Birmingham. Birmingham is located in an area that is prone to severe thunderstorms and occasionally tornadoes, particularly during those spring and late fall months. While not every storm produces tornadoes, there's definitely a risk, and the city experiences severe weather warnings several times a year. For someone that's not familiar with the tornadoes or the preparation that require, this can be quite intimidating. Obviously, tornadoes are often unpredictable and the safety and precautions can sometimes feel overwhelming. So if you're not used to that severe weather condition, you might want to consider this when thinking about moving to the area. But the city is well prepared with emergency systems in place and most people are used to those. One thing that you'll do is, like everyone else, is get used to keeping up with the local weather authorities like James Spann and other ones that keep us updated with what's going on. It is always a good idea when looking at houses to consider the trees around the houses. Larger pines are always something to consider because they seem to be the most prone to fall during bad storms. It's also never a bad idea to have a house with a basement, as they are good areas to go during a bad storm. Lastly, looking at how the land lays out, is there a slope to the house? Does the basement or crawl space have water prevention things in place? If not, it may be something good to think about adding. I don't want to make it seem like we have these kind of storms all the time, but during those peak months, they are definitely at a higher risk of happening. Reason number 4 is growing traffic congestion. Birmingham, while not as bad as some of the larger cities, has seen traffic get worse over the years. With a growing population comes traffic, as Birmingham has seen more people moving to the area, particularly from those larger cities. The volume of vehicles on the road has increased. Traffic congestion, especially during those peak rush hours, has become a downside of living in the city. When you think of Birmingham, you probably don't imagine this kind of gridlock traffic that you find in some of the bigger cities like Atlanta. But the city does have its traffic hotspots. Areas like Highway 280 and I-65 are notorious for being some of the busiest roads, and at certain times of the day can even slow to a crawl. Highway 280 in particular is a major road that connects people traveling from suburbs like Hoover, Vestavia Hills, and Mount Brook, and cities in Shelby County like 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐄𝐒 into the downtown area. During morning or evening rush hours, it's not uncommon to experience long delays here. The stretch of I-65 that runs through Birmingham from Hoover to downtown can also become a bottleneck, especially again during those peak hours. These routes are some of the most heavily traveled in the region, and when something goes wrong, a wreck or a stalled vehicle, the whole highway can come backed up. If you're moving to one of Birmingham's suburbs, it's important to keep in mind that you'll likely have a larger commute if you work downtown. Places farther out of Birmingham like 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶, Pelham, and Trussell are great places to live, but the trade-off is that it can be up to 20 to 30 minutes away from the heart of Birmingham, especially during those peak hours. That said, if you're comparing Birmingham traffic to, again, bigger cities like Atlanta, you probably feel like you're doing okay. Birmingham has much more manageable situation overall than that. Even though there are occasional delays, we don't deal with the same level of congestion that you'll find there. The key to handling Birmingham's traffic is simply knowing the peak hours and adjusting your schedule if possible. Like many cities, if you can avoid the morning and evening rush hours, your commute can be much more pleasant. But if you're used to those quick and easy commutes, or if you're someone who relies on public transportation to get around, then Birmingham traffic might feel more like a hassle. Reason number 5, limited public transportation. While Birmingham has a lot of great things going for it, vibrant neighborhoods, beautiful parks, thriving food scene, one area where a city struggles is providing extensive, reliable public transportation systems. For newcomers who have used to cities with robust transportation, Birmingham public transportation can feel a bit lacking. While there is a bus system in place, it doesn't provide the kind of widespread, efficient coverage that many larger cities do. The buses do run through certain parts of the city and connect key areas, but their frequency and the routes often leave much to be desired. As a result, most Birmingham residents find that having a car is a necessity if you want to get around efficiently. While there are some bus routes that serve downtown areas like 5 Points South, Avondale, and the UAB campus, many of the city's other neighborhoods are not well connected to the bus system. Birmingham is relatively large geographically. While the downtown area is compact and walkable, other parts of the city and the neighborhoods are not. While a lot of the cities like Homewood or Vestavia or Mount Brook are really just a short drive to downtown, there's just not that many other options to do other than to drive or to get an Uber. This can be especially tough for people who don't drive, whether due to age, disability, or personal preference. Like I said, while ride sharing services like Uber and Lyft are available and can serve as an alternative to driving, they're often costly for regular use and may not be as convenient as public transportation. Additionally, if you're coming from cities that are well-established metro systems, the sudden need to rely on a car for even a short trip can be a significant adjustment. However, Birmingham's public transportation system is not without potential for improvement. In recent years, there have been discussions about expanding public transportation options, such as introducing light rail or improving bus services, but the progress on these initiatives has been slow. If you're used to relying on public transportation, you'll likely need to adjust to the driving more often, or at least planning your trips around the current bus routes. However, there are areas of town that you can live in that are close to downtown. If that's something that you're worried about or something that you're considering, reach out. I'll definitely help you navigate you in the right direction to cities that are a little bit more walkable or closer to downtown where the drive or the bus route is a little bit more convenient. While the city has many great restaurants, bars, breweries, and coffee shops, nightlife here is much more laid back and relaxed in my opinion. Many places close earlier than you might expect, usually around midnight or even earlier during the week, so late night socializing can be limited. Most of Birmingham's clubs and bars typically close between 12 and 2, and live music venues don't host concerts that stretch late into the night. But while the nightlife may be quieter, Birmingham's food and drink scene is anything but dull. The city has some incredible dining options that, again, I've talked length about on this channel. Avondale Brewing and Atomic Lounge are some of the places that put on live concerts. Iron City is another great place as well. Birmingham is a growing brewery scene that there's always a new place to go. There's a lot of different cool bars, and it's just not a place that you're gonna go and find a place that you can stay until well into the next day. Again, most places close around 2. Though the city may not have a late night party scene, the combination of great food, craft drinks, and live performances make a wonderful place to call home. So we may not have those kind of things that you're looking for, but I think we make up for it in so many different ways. Reason number 6, something that could catch you off guard when moving to Birmingham is the city's sales tax rate. At 10%, which is higher than the national average, which hovers around 7%, this means that shopping and everyday goods can feel a little bit pricier compared to other places in the US. If you're coming from a state with lower taxes, this might feel like an unexpected surprise. While the sales tax can vary slightly depending on the area, whether in Jefferson or Shelby County, Birmingham's combined local and state sales tax is one of the highest in the state. For many, it's just one of those things that you get used to, but it's just definitely something to keep in mind when making a purchase or planning your trip. So there you have it, 7 reasons why you might not want to move to Birmingham. It's not that Birmingham doesn't have its perks, far from it. But just like any city, it comes with its challenges. From the limited public transportation to the hot, humid summers to the occasional severe weather, there are definitely some things to consider when making the move. On the flip side, if you love Southern hospitality, affordable living, and the chance to live in a city that's growing and evolving, then Birmingham could be a fantastic place for you. It all depends on what you're looking for in a city. As always, I want to help you make the best decision for you and your family. If you got any questions about Birmingham or anything else you want to know about the living here, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me directly. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I'll be back for more helpful videos soon.